Hi Aquarius. This is your reading for the next 7 days from the time you're watching this. And it could be from your perspective or your cross-watcher. And let's get started. The Knight of Cups. The King of Wands. The Eight of Cups. Five of Pentacles underneath. What this feels like to me is that an offer has been made to somebody who seems very arrogant and prideful, and that they're using their sadness as an excuse to turn away something really great. Give me a minute to feel through this, because there's something that is guarded. This offer being made doesn't seem like it's a genuine offer, whether it's from you or someone else coming towards you. It doesn't feel okay. It feels like it's being made out of obligation in a way, or just pure attraction, maybe a little bit of, frisky fun time. There is love in it, don't get me wrong. There was a really strong love within this connection. But someone turned their back on it because someone else just seems too full of themselves. This looks like a battle of the ego. Little Mr. Firepants, King of Wands character who, in all aspects of it, really is a beautiful human being physically. But as far as loyalty and commitment, emotional intelligence, not so much. And whomever this person is, whether it's you or the other one that's walking away from something that could be wishes fulfilled, really. You take the Knight of Cups with the Eight of Cups, you have Nine of Cups. Everything you've ever wanted granted, your wishes granted. But she's holding this violin here, and she's turning her back, dressed up like a trampy widow, looking at everything over there, including the lighthouse, as if all of this meant nothing, and that there is more there. Well, yeah, there's more fish in the sea. There's way more water to fill the cups. There's a beautiful full moon bringing everything to light. A different shade of light, but light nonetheless. And this knight here doesn't really seem all that interested. It's kind of just going through the motions. And that's okay. You don't have to be 1,000% gung-ho about something. You can just give it a shot. Really. I don't sense a lot of issues right now that aren't something you can solve. You feel very intelligent and capable. It almost feels like you're watching this as an analytical test to test me. Which, hey, go for it. It only means that you're a little afraid. And when you're afraid, you reveal that which is your biggest weakness. And what I'm sensing here and what I'm being shown through the universe, the omniverse, source, God, spirit, however you want to refer to the force that binds us all, that we're all from and we all are. You have the potential and the opportunity within the next 7 days to have that which was darkened be illuminated, to have the subconscious, the male and the female, at your feet. I don't think this King of Wands is a different character. I think this is you. I think you've been, look at all this air, like there's barely any clear skies. It's just cloud cover, cloud cover, cloud cover. Barely any growth on the ground. Barely any growth, and the rest of it is drying out. All the cups are empty. Even the cup the Knight of Cups has is empty. The horse is all khaki and beiged out and just bleh. This lion is looking in one direction. The lioness is just wandering off. He's just guarded, but what he's not guarded about is his loins. He has his legs spread open, but the rest of him covered in black and white. So someone is stuck in the binary, right and wrong, left or right, male or female, up or down, and you're just tired of it. Yeah, this person you're dealing with, whether it's an aspect of yourself that has indulged in the bachelor life far too much, or somebody who you want to be in a relationship with, but they're constantly too busy being 50 Shades of Tramp to care. They could be doing that with their work, their creativity. Well, the King of Pentacles would be more about work. The King of Wands archetype is more about that which makes you feel fire in your body. Excitement, movement, growth, expansion, enlightenment, bringing things to a destructive, almost chaotic, sensual, slow motion. You know when two people are about to kiss and there's that pause for just a moment? This person lives in that moment. And they're so lost in the rapture of their own sensuality that they're not seeing the simple love. This is definitely about two people. Definitely. It's an ambiguous energy, a flux. Offer being made, offer isn't good enough. Walking away knowing that it was good enough, but you didn't give it everything you could have given it, so it wasn't deemed as worthy as it could have been, which leaves you out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups underneath that, and the Hangman underneath that. One of the only ways you're going to get out of this energy is to know that you're worth it. This person that you're dealing with is also an aspect of you. He or she is reflecting back at you what you're not embodying. You're being way too grounded, way too clouded, and way too wallowy. Oh, well, you don't want me, that's fine. I'm just going to go. I'm going to play my violin and drink a glass of wine and just wind my way to the next lighthouse. This guy could be perfect for you. Air and fire could create an entire everything. You could light the sky on fire. Or you could burn the very air you breathe and combust into explosions. The offer coming to you this week, or the offer that has already been made to you, you know, Aquarius, you're too intelligent right now. You're not paying enough attention to your emotional stability while you're focused on your outside world. But your outside world is reflecting to you your inside world. So if this King of Wands is an outside character you're seeing, he or she is reflecting it from your inside. And if you look at these cards, the abundance of the world has been burned away, and it's just in the phases of regrowing. Really, like it's basic. These flowers, a narcissus flower, I think that's what that is. Or maybe it's supposed to be. They only grow in the beginning of spring, like late winter, beginning of spring. I know you've been hurt. I can feel it. And it's not just about the pain. It's about the self-worth of getting through the pain and giving yourself something to work towards. Other than a hottie McTottie Mr. Sexy Pants. Yeah, he might have everything going for him. He could be super sexy, but he's not very emotionally intelligent, which keeps having you go the other way. And then you go back and you're like, oh, but we can work it out. And then you try, and then it's just great sex, but nothing else. And that's because something is missing in you. You, with the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, you're blocking off your own ability to create financial stability for yourself, which would create a better environment for you, which would in turn create a better love life for you. And you're going right for the love life, thinking that the love life is going to give you what it is you want and complete the rest of the circle for you. But it's not. Because if it did, then this Knight of Cups carrying the cup would feel a lot happier. Yeah, I got my shit together. Yeah, I got my business, my home, my fridge is full. Got my plants growing in the kitchen. My pets are happy. My family's happy. You know, I look good. You smell good. You brush your teeth. And you're going out on a date. You're going to express something to someone. You're opening your heart up to somebody. Do you want that person to see you at your best, or somebody who's using them as an excuse to be at your best? All the intelligence in the world means nothing if you don't have the wisdom to put it into action. All the sad songs or the songs with terrible lyrics in them that you listen to aren't going to make you a better person. If you're that easily ready to turn your back on somebody you want, why would they give you their heart? You'll just turn your back on them again. And if this is about you doing this to someone else, Aquarius, you're going to constantly be the bachelor in your life if that's all you're focused on. You're so intelligent that you've taken it for granted. You're so creative that you're just using it to be a tramp. You're so structure-based that you're like, I don't need the structure. All I need is a little blade of grass and I'm fine. You've forgotten what it's like to be prosperous. You've gotten so used to living in the Five of Pentacles and doing the least for yourself, or allowing yourself to receive the most littlest minimal amount. And nobody wants to be with someone like that. People want to be with the embodiment of gods and goddesses, not with, people who are constantly self-sabotaging in a cycle of I love you a lot, I'm so passionate about you, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. Never mind, you said something wrong, I'm gonna go. It's never gonna be perfect. Never. It will never be the way you want it to be. Even when you bake a cake, you can never, ever, ever have it be exactly as you want it. And I don't care how much of a skill level you have. You are co-creating. That means you give your input, they give your input, and together you can either go to the 9 and the 10 or go back to the 2 and go from the 2 to the 10. So you leave everything behind, you go together and start over. You accept this cup, you get everything you want, you don't even need him anymore. You take this cup, give it to this guy, he brings his cup, you have the 10 of Cups. But if you give this guy a half-assed cup, this guy is like, I got my kingdom, I got my shit in order, I got what I want, doing what I want, and I have an entire valley for a kingdom. What do I want with your little petty cup? When you're not even putting enough effort in it to fill it. You're like, fine, I guess I'm not worth it. I'm just gonna go. This means that somebody really screwed you over in the past. And you've held on to the pain waiting for somebody to comfort it out of you. No one's going to comfort you out of pain that you felt. They don't know what you felt. No matter how many words you use to describe your pain, they simply don't know. They can empathize, kind of. They can assume based on their own expressions and experiences. But overall, no one's going to fill those cups up for you. No one's going to hold your hand. You know, like, yeah, you can lead a horse to water. You can't make it drink. You can put a funnel down its throat. It's still not going to drink if it doesn't want to. If you aren't ready to accept the love that's coming to you, or to give the love that you want to give, what good is it how hot he is? What good is it how attractive you are? Beauty fades in time regardless of how magnificent your genes are. People change. People change genders. People change bodies. People change everything. What good is it if this handsome, sexy person you or this person you're involved with is? What good is the creativity, the fantasy, the magic, the passion, the fiery lovemaking? What good is it if you're not in it for him or her? If you're just in it for getting your heartstrings plucked, why? Like, why are you even doing it? Just go away. Because what you're giving somebody else or what you're allowing to receive, you can do the same with like a blanket. Just cuddle a blanket. Go put some makeup on and go to the bar and just let somebody buy you a drink. Notice what it is that's coming in your life, okay? Notice it. If people are giving you half-ass treatment, you're probably half-assing your life. If you're getting these big, huge, massive opportunities and then they dwindle into nothing, you either didn't want it in the first place or some part of you says you're not worth it. So the world says, here you go, just kidding, give it back. Here you go. You want it? Make the move. Come forward. But here, let me charm you, let me give you this, let me give you that, let me receive this, let me receive that. Alright, are we married yet? We just met. I like you, you like me. We can build great things together. Okay, never mind. I wanted it 100% instant. But it's not how it works. And the card that came out from the other deck is the Fairy Guide. The Zero card. The baseline, clearing everything. And to me, you know what the white hot room is? There's the abyss that we go to after we die. The void, the stillness, or even sometimes in deep meditation. And there's also the white room, the white hot room, which is where the Phoenix goes. In the Marvel comics, for example, she goes there after she dies. While her body is recovering and reforming, her spirit goes there to re-evaluate everything. So, you know how they say at the end of your life you get a life review? That's kind of this. It's also the going back to zero, starting over, clearing the field, starting from scratch, looking at everything the way it is in the purest light. Light so blinding that all you can see or feel is you. So much information. Light is information. You have gathered so much that all you know now is how you feel, and you can't make sense of everything you know. Because you've taken everything else and covered it so much, like building pile after pile after pile after pile of accomplishments to cover up the fact that you're unhappy and that you miss someone. And every time you want to make an offer to this person, you keep thinking, no, it's fine. I'm just going to go do something trampy. I'm just going to go create something. I'm going to go be exciting and have drinks with friends. And I'm just going to sit here by myself and, entertain myself somehow. Let's create another masterpiece. Let's go start a business. Let's go, help you start a business. Help her start this. To create and move things forward, or to destroy and obliterate everything. You're being asked to go to zero, to infinity, the place where all potential is. The mathematic table doesn't start with 1, it starts with 0. Infinite possibilities. Throughout this infinity, you have covered it with so much stuff. It's like having a diamond, and you leave the diamond on the floor. And instead of doing something with the diamond, making it a ring or a bracelet or earrings, or putting it in a painting somewhere, doing something with it, right? Giving it to the love of your life, proposing, being proposed to. Instead of doing that, you leave it and you go and analyze all the things you could do with it. Then you go and get all the materials that you would need to do the things with it. Then you go and ask everybody else for their creative input on what to do with it. Then you spend so much time feeling your way through what you should do with it, could do with it, or visualizing all the best possible things with it. All the while, this little diamond that you have is just getting piled on over and over and over, and by the time you're ready to deal with it, there's so much in the way that you can't even find it anymore. It's like that feeling when you first met the love of your life, whether you've met them yet or not. When you first met your best friend, somebody who really, the first kiss you had that gave you all those tinglies all over your body. That first moment of reality where you're like, this is amazing. And then you cover it up with everything else. For years and years and years, one heartbreak after another. Well, here's another benefit of the doubt. Here's another benefit. Here's another. Here's another. Here's another. Until all you remember is all the disappointments and all the reasons why you shouldn't. But the original reason why you should is still there. The passion, the attraction, the connection, the potential is still there. This person, whether it's you or someone else, is your perfect partner. It's just you're not matching up to the vibration of that version of him or her, because you've forgotten what it felt like when you first met each other. If you keep turning your back around so much, you may as well put a ballerina tutu on and twirl. Don't give people or yourself the opportunity to belittle you. Yeah, you've been hurt. Don't allow the hurt to be a reason to turn things away. And stop chasing the bad boy. Just don't. Why are you doing this whole accepting offers from people who aren't that serious, or giving offers to people who only want sex from you? Do you know a lion in the wherever they are, the jungles, the savannah, on the moon, I don't know. Do you know that they don't just have one mate? They have one lioness, like the queen, yeah. But the lion, they go and poke every other lion that they want. They're not monogamous. Swans are monogamous. Lobsters are monogamous. Lions, not so much. Penguins are monogamous. Penguins even help each other raise their babies. The father penguin will sit on the egg all winter while the mother goes out and finds food. But a lion only cares about comfort and strength and the pride and family and everything being happy and protected and safe and the empire being all within sight. But they are not loyal, which is why the lioness becomes the huntress. She goes and gets everything. She takes care of everything while the king sits there being pretty. And you don't want that. You want the king to be more like the queen and the queen to be more like the king, but you're not embodying the queen within you or the king within you. You're embodying the knight. And you're being asked here to go back to zero. Go back to where you knew you wanted something before what you wanted disappointed you. Leave intellect out of it. Leave your mind out of it. Leave the world of man out of it. Go within and remind yourself what it is. Oh, 2 cards that you wanted. Aw. What you wanted was a home and family, abundance, prosperity, trinkets and goodies, and financial stability to where you can buy all sorts of stuff everywhere and have more than one fireplace. These people probably had 2 fireplaces. That's why one of them is now a decoration piece. Having all the bounty and harvest coming your way, making everything out of everything you have, and then making even more out of it. How many things can you make out of an apple? Juice, dried chips, dried snacks, jams, jellies, applesauce. I mean, that's just basic stuff. And in here, dragonflies for rebirth, beads of light, spheres of light, the crane, symbols of pregnancy, prosperity, the goddess rising above the black and white, fortune, fame, success, being connected to the earth, seeing through the facades, knowing that there's still fire there that could light this light and give you the warmth. Everything is still there and the foundation is still strong. And the bottom of the deck of the Fairy Oracle is unity. And it really is what it is. Unity. In the deck, look, 1, 0. What you want wants you as well. Focus. What you want wants you as well. But you must mature. Not intellectually, not physically, not passionately, emotionally. You can't keep going from one person to the next, 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 to the next. You can't keep bringing 1,000 different things in your life to distract you from what it is you want. That fruit will rot if you don't do something with it. These decorations, these trinkets will all collect dust if you don't remember the story of every single piece. These people here, they're not even trying to get off the ground or to leave the door. They're not even trying. Oh, it was so great. Yeah, it was. But he did this and that, and she did this and that. Yeah, I know, but it was this and that, and it was amazing. If that door would just open. I know. Have any of you looked for the key? There's no handle on that door. There's no lock on that door. Why don't you just swing it open? It's probably one of those doors like in Lord of the Rings. Speak, friend, and enter. Don't be charming. Don't be charming. Be authentic. Charm gets you only so far. Passion only gets you so far. And then charm and passion usually result in the walk of shame. We've all been there. Anything else for this? Because I really just want to hold your hand and look at you in the eye and say, don't waste the opportunities being given to you by the universe that could help you have everything you've ever wanted. Don't be immature, Aquarius. Don't be too better than. Don't allow others to treat you like you're less than. No one knows your story, and no one knows how much you've been hurt in the quiet moments of your life. No one knows how much you've been disappointed. And no one ever will. I'm sorry to say this, but no one ever will. I've been through so much and nobody knows. No one. And it's my burden to bear. And not to bear for the rest of my life, but to do something with it, to create something with it. Take the pain and make a masterpiece. Take a page out of the King of Wands book. You feel pain? Good. Use the pain. Work with spirit. Connect with the bounty within you and make something out of this. Ugh. I really don't like this card in this right now in this reading. It feels so wasted. So wasted. And the only reason why this is happening, from what I'm sensing, is ego. Ego. Letting go of someone in your life that you have loved because someone else told you in a video or someone else advised you in person is bullshit. You don't let go of somebody until you and that person sit down and talk to each other like adults, and then you both come to the conclusion that, yeah, this needs to not work, or this isn't going to work, or it is going to work. You don't sit there cutting cords and leaving and doing all this shit and then crying about it and then going back and saying, no, come back. But, no, come back. But, blank. Restart. Don't involve people in your love life. I cannot say this enough to everybody. Bottom of the deck on this other deck is the Ace of Pentacles. The gates are open for you. The gate that is closed here is open here. This guy is going to keep doing what he's doing. He likes being the way he is, and you can't ask him to change. You can't ask this person to do more work than they're already doing, or put more effort into it. You cannot ask this person to constantly stop and turn around and go back the other way instead of abandoning every effort and every moment in life. It doesn't work that way. People will choose what they choose, and what I'm seeing here is that you're making a mistake that you will learn from, obviously, but it is a mistake that doesn't need to be made. What you want and what this person wants, you both can have if you work together. And the only person involved in your relationship should be God, Source, Infinite Spirit. Your own I Am presence, your own greatest self. Get out of the matrix binary of black and white and all the religious BS. Excuse me, but it is. All the religions in the world are based on one fundamental, focused story of love thyself. Know thyself, love thyself, and know that there is a power above you that is within you and all around you. You don't have to bow your knee and your head in shame. You don't have to be unforgiving and be like, this person did this or that. It is irrelevant. You are all connected. We are all part of the same light. No matter which banner you raise, you walk the same earth, you breathe the same air, you have the same blood pumping in you. Your heart beats the same as everyone else. One beat at a time. So, one step at a time. Don't expect things out of people who can't think with their head. Don't expect things from people who don't know what loyalty really is. People graced with beauty and wealth and prosperity don't know what pain is. They don't. They don't know what poverty is. They've had money all their life. They don't know what crying in the corner alone at night is most of the time, because when they're upset, they go out with friends or they go and buy something. Money makes Money brings happiness, whether you admit it or not. Money is the root of all good. The lack of money is the root of all evil. And here, you're missing the pentacles. You've blocked yourself off from the pentacles because you're using somebody else as an excuse to be the reason why you try harder. And you're not trying harder because they're not giving you the time of day, because you're just a knight, not a king or a queen. They know what they want. They're not going to settle for less. Wand is down. There's not even a discussion happening. The lion is looking at the other lioness. The lioness over here is like, you're going to go do that again? I'm out. I'm going to go have fun by myself. And she's just like, ugh. And guess what? The next person she goes to is going to give her the same feeling. She's going to spend the next 8 years of her life making all these memories, and then her next partner is going to do the same stupid shit, and she's going to go back to this again. Why? Because the lesson isn't being learned. Go back to the basics. I used to play this video game called Arcade, and I had met somebody very, very cool in that game. This young woman. And I was asking her so many, we were talking for weeks on weeks. And one time she told me, she's like, do you know what somebody told me once when I was overcomplicating my life? And I was like, what? She's like, K.I.S.S. I'm like, what do you mean? Keep it simple, silly. Keep it simple. You built these 8 cups with someone, together or by yourself. There is no reason to abandon them. If the water is toxic, filter out the nastiness, clean it out. Change your perception, change your filters, and clean your emotional environment. Stop being a promiscuous tramp. Work together with people outside of your pants. You have so much creativity all around you that's waiting to bloom, and all you need is to pour some water on that. But you must remember why it is you even started with the single cup here. So offers being made to you can and will be denied by you or the other person, because it's not good enough. Not that you're not good enough, but the vibration you're offering isn't matching that which you want. I can want a stained glass window my entire life. I'm never going to get it unless I go and get the paint. What do you want? The rainbows to shimmer through the glass and just freeze there in time because you're so worth it that the God put the stained glass there for you? No. Then how are you ever going to appreciate it? If you don't put the work in it yourself, you're never going to appreciate it, and you're just going to abandon it all. And then you're going to say, I've been abandoned. But you abandoned first. You walked away first. You left it emotionally first. When I was cheated on in more than one relationship, which is how I learned this lesson because it was brought to me over and over again, I used to blame the other people so much until I realized, and I backtracked it all back to zero. When was the first time that I can remember feeling that would happen? The first moment of paranoia, the first inkling of infidelity. When was it for me? When I stopped taking care of myself. I knew subconsciously that without self-care, the partner will stray. The lion would be monogamous, completely lifelong with a lioness. It wouldn't have a wandering eye. If that lioness felt worthy, instead of giving herself 1,000 other things to do to distract herself from that which makes her happiest. You want unity? Great, everybody does. How would you feel if you had what you want right now? Why is it that you're not feeling that for more than 3 seconds a day? Don't use other people as an excuse to deny yourself that which would make you happy. A couple more cards for Aquarius, please, because this feels sad. You feel like you've been rejected or that you rejected someone. Look, Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck again. Spirit is working this out for you. Just be patient, and while you're being patient, find the Empress within again. You want an empire, you want an emperor, be an empress. Focus. Focus. Thank you. Do you know that an empress isn't just an empress because of lineage or heritage? An empress is an empress because she has done every fucking thing she could to build that empire through blood, sweat, and tears. Maybe even other bodily fluids. You must take care of yourself in order for other people to know how to take care of you. Lead with example. If you're going to keep leaving things behind, people will leave you behind. Because it hurts to be left behind. And you have two cards here of teamwork with spirit, with the universe, with everything that'll take you to your empire, to the best version of you, to marriage, unity, pregnancy, family, legacies. And I'm going to show you what's at the bottom of the deck right now, because it completely goes back to what I said in the beginning of the deck, beginning of the reading. 1 cup, 8 cups. We don't do reversals. 9 cups. Let the cycle bring you back to 0. Accept what it is you've been wanting by giving it to yourself first. Beneath that is the Ace of Pentacles. And then the 7 of Cups. And then the Magician. You're being given the opportunity to make something out of the pain you've experienced and the confusion. To have the fulfillment of everything you've ever wanted. Before the leaves blossom, look at the tombstone behind her. That which you grieve over and you think you've lost is simply waiting for you to accept that last cup.